Ankh, ANKH space CULL space TAR space OH space HOME, or Uncle Tom 101, copyrights 2021 by Vinson Ballard. Uncle Tom, ANKH space CULL space TAR space OH space HOME, Uncle Tom, slow walking it, slowly talking it. Don't sell out and not return to your real home, real focus, real humble beginnings, the real shoulders that you stand on, plan on, ran on, perhaps had a kind of band on, may need to grow on, grow in and flow in, even if you do not care, respect there, restore there, even if you continually grandstand there. Ankh, ANKH, Cull, CULL, TAR, TAROOH, HOME, HOME, Uncle Tom. Deals were made, steals were made, false instigation, false dedication, false consecration. Trickery was not delayed, stayed, swayed, played, as with Alexander. And was he really great, or was the black woman he married allowed him to come in ancient Kemet through its gates, its pathways, its map, and ways to eat in their plates, their cates, feeling that their family and friendship was not at stake, as a friend to the end. Therefore, they were trusting and not busting out the door when he turned on them, according to Grandmaster Mfundisi Salam Jehudimus and the late Honorable Elder and Historian Professor John Henry Clark. Ankh, ANKH, Cull, CULL, TAR, TAR, OOH, HOME, HOME, Ankh, ANKH, Cull, COLD, TAR, TAR, OOH, HOME, HOME, Uncle Tom, and the issue of accountability to the blood, sweat, tears, years, and the ordeals of our honorable ancestors. The arresters and the whips, a chomp with force advances to our big mama's hip, her lips and innocence as they waited on the slave ships for the teenage innocent virgins, and you misinformed called them surgeons, and I guess you have not read Medical Apartheid by Sister Harriet Washington, so don't use your creativity and resources to help their agenda as a pretender and defender, without knowing what is really behind what you are defending, sending, whose character and reputation behind the closed door you are ending, not mending, but messing up. Ankh, ANKH, Cold, COLD, TAR, TAR, OOH, HOME, HOME, Uncle Tom. And is it simply saying don't be that, go there, get up from there? Don't continually be a part of spitting on the greater good of those who have sacrificed, paid the price, taken the knife in their backs, attempt to trip them up in their tracks with no slack, cowardly and terrorist attacks, sneaks, peeks, peeps, from inhumane creeps, pervert, predators, barbarians. So how could that kind of tone roll hold your body, your role, your human suit influence as hostage, a sausage, or a pot on the edge? If your role and influence could be that same pot on the edge of the stove, would it be boiling vapors of misinformation, disrespect, a victim and not be interested in knowing it, a victim from a misled curriculum, coordination, victimization, a backward sensation, and real signs of the plantation still taking over your minds? And I guess there's not a great deal of talk about the honorable great Africologist and psychologist and chematologist named Dr. Wade Nobles and his work and publication called The Island of Memes on Haiti's unfinished revolution, about how some black people are in their denial survival mode. Ankh, A-N-K-H, cold, C-O-L-D, tar, T-A-R-O-O-H, home, H-O-M-E, or mere Uncle Tom. If the Ankh represents life, then when would someone attempt to leave it in the cold and put hot tar on it as the pavement in the road? And oh, what about the home of a Tom? Their temple, their body, their life, their strife, their damages known and unknown. Ankh, O-N-K-H, cold, C-O-L-D, tar, T-A-R, or home, H-O-M-E, or Uncle Tom, would you laugh at your loving great, great, great grandmother if she was spit on, was licked on, stomped on, beat on, sat on, played chess on, and you sickly helped to do that, be that, play that, stay that? And what is your modern version, your modern immersion, evolving, progressing, digesting? And is it merely talking about eating or deleting the confidence, the residents of the greater good of the black family, the individuals of the family, the civilized cultural of the family, the good honorable history of the family that is not a mystery, but a continuing milestone of survival, an example of human decency, humanity, and not in the insanity in behavior that has been done against them, carried out against them, and just merely on the limb. Ankh, A-N-K-H, cold, C-O-L-D, tar, T-A-R-O-O-H, home, H-O-M-E, or Uncle Tom. No one is saying do not work as wisely as possible, as wisely under the radar, as wisely with some real sense, as wisely regardless of the haters, look, talking non-relators, those playing the game. Do what they have to do because it all could still work for the greater good, the genuine good, the natural good, the humane good, the decency good, the growing good, the staying out of sight good, the staying back good, but for only a moment, a minute, to put a dent in it, a dot to it, a lot to it. And there we go. Dr. Joy DeGruy talks about healing in her legendary work, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. And was this lent to us, sent to us? And what in the world are we going to do about it? Be about it. Use a kind of key about it. See about it. And how can the real healing begin if it is not dealt with? or hide behind those pun rolls, ROLES, digged in the ground holes, HOLES, embarrassed, humiliated, disrespected, and what kind of tone roll could that be about, have been about, dot to dot, line to line, mind to mind. Ankh, ANKH, Cull, CULL, tar, TAROOH, home, HOME, or Uncle Tom, and could you possibly be stuck on being stupid, sucked in and trying to quietly loop around the foolishness, using the thread of the loop to survive, in surprise to still arrive, and they had to tell you to walk, talk, carry the chalk of their choice, their voice. And are you familiar with the meritorious manumission as former Assistant Secretary of Commerce and author of Powernomics, Black Labor, White Wealth, Dirty Little Secrets, More Dirty Little Secrets, and a Black History Reader 101. Could Ankh, ANKH, Cull, CULL, tar, TAROOH, home, HOME, be like Ankh, ANKH, Cull, COLD, tar, TAROOH, home, HOME, or Uncle Tom, or an action to a reaction to an action, a continuation to a continuation, a conversation to a conversation, a source of an action to a resource, resources, the policy makers, the have versus the have-nots, as with the had and the had-beens, the past had-beens, and is that simply what they told you or put the information out for you to falsely read? Be deceived, not fully achieve, and not know but believe in their lies, lying. And why? And if their information could have you live in a city that they named after a barbarian that spent most of his life jailed or imprisoned, and he did not ever set foot on North America or South America, has a day honoring even today, and when he left on his so-called voyage, many black people were tricked, killed. However, this story is built as if it was through goodwill or a saint named Patrick, and won't even mention of the great humanitarians called the Twa people, but has a Columbus Day, as Leopold is known for killing over 12 to 16 million. And why would a misguided person choose this inhumane role as an Uncle Tom, even on the phone? Is Ankh, ANKH, Cull, CUL, tar, TAROOH, home, HOME, or Uncle Tom a kind of beyond labeling, stereotyping, but an approach of thinking with honor and respect before you act, participate, dedicate, duplication with civilized cultural information, not just going along to get along, being in a role or position to use, destroy, even if it involves to employ or to further enjoy destroying another human being. Culturally, a situation culturally without searching for the truth and using your sincerest conviction to pursue it. It is, and it is now your choice. Copyrights 2021 by Reverend Vinson, Ballard, Masters of Science in Criminal Justice, TMOCCI, the Minister of Civilized Cultural Information. Peace and blessings always.